Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Marriage Man. Have you been told by your partner that you're passive aggressive and you don't know what that means? Well, today I want to give you 6 indicators of what passive aggressive people look like so you can decide for yourself whether or not you're passive aggressive. So let's dive right in. First and foremost, what's the thing that I see the most when someone's passive aggressive? And this is going to sound a bit weird, but the biggest indicator is that they are kind. Well, okay, why? Why does that mean that's an indicator? So typically, if you view yourself as kind, you don't typically feel comfortable viewing yourself as an angry or emotional person. You typically show love to somebody in this way of, if you are going to argue about something, it's going to be in a way that keeps the other person from feeling guilty or upset or angry. So you're not going to use your temper. You're probably not going to show just how mad, just how hurt you are. In fact, you may not even tell this person at all, because that would be mean. And why be mean when you're kind? So it's kind of like the old adage, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. Do you operate off of that principle? If so, you might be passive aggressive. The second way is, do you consider yourself a fixer? Meaning, when somebody is hurt, when somebody's confused, or they're sad, or they're angry, do you just feel naturally drawn to help that person? And by help, does that mean that, you go in there and if they're crying, you're going to give them a shoulder to cry on, or you're going to make them laugh. If they're angry, you're going to help them think through their problem and kind of consider it and really kind of calm them down. Or if they're really worried about something, do you offer a solution or offer some of your own resources such as time or money or your apartment or your house to kind of help with their problem? If so, you might be passive aggressive. Why? Because typically if you show love by taking negative emotion away from somebody, you're angry, so let me take that away. You're sad, let me take that away. The complete opposite of that is bringing negative emotion, especially in a conflict. You're not going to make that person feel guilty. You're not going to make that person feel like a fool. And so it's hard to do that without getting upset. So you go maybe towards more passive-aggressive means. The third indicator is, did you decide at some point in your life that you're not like your gender? What I mean is, did you decide at some point, you know what, men are jerks, they're brutes, they're disrespectful of women, they solve all their problems through fighting, and that's not me. I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to be different. Or if you're female, do you kind of say, you know what, women are catty, they're just emotional, all they do is gossip, something along those lines, and did you decide, I'm not going to be like other women? That could mean that you're passive aggressive. Why? Because whether you're male, whether you're female, guess what? There's positives to being male, there's negatives to being male. There's positives to being female, and there's negatives. And those, yes, they're different from person to person, but they're in everybody. Everybody has positive and negative characteristics. And if you're not owning the negative characteristics of your gender, if you're running as far away as you can from those negative characteristics, what that means is that you're robbing yourself of some tools, especially when it comes to conflict resolution. Because let's say you're hurt, you're upset, you're angry, but you're not going to get emotional because you're not going to be like so-and-so or all these other people. Or you know what, you're not going to get angry, you're not going to get cruel, you're not going to assert yourself and dominate this other person because you're not going to be like other men. That's going to rob you of options, and it's going to leave you with kind of more of a passive-aggressive tool set. The fourth thing is, can you remember when you lost your temper? And what I mean by that is, do the times when you've lost your temper in your life, do they stick out in your mind really sharply, and you feel a lot of guilt or embarrassment or shame at losing your temper? Did it scare you? Did it cost you something? Did it cost you a friendship or maybe a job? Did it put you in danger? Meaning, Did you mouth off to a teacher or maybe a police officer or your parent? And oh my God, that was scary. If you can remember each of those moments pretty clearly, you might be passive aggressive, because my belief when I say that is if you can remember when you lost your temper, I bet you anything, you probably decide, I can never do that again. That was not me, that was not okay, I can't get angry again. And when you take anger off of the table, again, you're really only left with passive aggressive means of standing up for yourself. Fifth thing, are you uncomfortable showing anger? Think about that. Does the thought of getting angry just make you uncomfortable? Whether it's like, God, I don't want to be mean, or I don't want to feel how anger feels. You know, whatever it is, does it make you uncomfortable? Whether that's guilty or sad or scared to get angry. You might be passive aggressive, because if you have spent your whole life avoiding being angry, which is a good thing. Let me put it out there. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, but what it also does is it means that you've never developed a skill set for repairing damage. It's like if you've never broken anything, then you've never really learned to fix anything. And typically, if you've never broken anything and you don't know how to fix stuff, you're gonna avoid breaking stuff. It's gonna worry you if you might damage a relationship because you don't know what to do. You don't know how to repair. So you go to probably towards more passive aggressive means that don't damage the relationship in your mind. The last indicator of whether or not you're passive aggressive is it hard for you to say no to someone that you love or someone that you respect? Is it hard to say no, stop, I'm not gonna do that, or you can't have that, or I want that, to a family member, to your partner, to a boss or a friend? Is it hard for you to say, you know what, I really, really want this, but this person wants this, and so I'm going to give it to them even though I really want it? Is it hard for you to do that? That can mean that you're passive aggressive, because when you don't take care of yourself in the sense of, hey, I really want this food, so I'm going to take it. Or you know what, I really want this night off, so I'm going to take it even though you may want my time. What happens is, for a little while you're okay. But imagine this idea of somebody saying, okay, I've got this big plate of food, and here, you get some, and you get some, and you get some. Crap, there's not any left for me. Well, that's okay, I ate yesterday. But the next day comes, and then it's like, okay, here's food for you, here's food for you, here's food for you. Damn it, there's nothing left over for me. At some point, you're gonna start sneaking food, or sneaking time, or sneaking money when nobody else is looking, because you're starving. You haven't taken care of yourself. And instead of just saying, you know what, yeah, I know you want this, but I'm starving, I need this. And then because you don't, you take it in very passive aggressive ways. And so, again, hopefully this helps make some sense of it. If you guys like this video, leave a like, leave a comment. There's a lot more indicators, but I didn't want to kind of bog down a video with just lots more. So if you like this video, I'll put out a second one. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.